So the organization is called Stride Adaptive Sports, and we've been operating in the Capital District for 30 years, providing life-enriching opportunities in sport, recreation, and leisure activities for mostly children with disabilities, and in the last decade we've also been working with adult veterans of current conflict wars. And now we integrate the two together and have veterans working as volunteers and mentors to children with disabilities in a lot of the sport programs that we do. My history as a profession was a teacher of adaptive physical education, and I noticed way back in the 80s when my students were finished with the day of school, they had nothing to do after school. And it started just as a group of my friends who were also happened to be ski instructors. We started working with children after school, teaching them how to ski. And that just kind of blossomed into the summer activities, and it went from 5 friends to 12 friends to 20 friends, and now we have 350 friends that are all working together in the Capital District, and actually we're in 3 states, so we're one of the larger programs in the region.
One of my clients was a volunteer, a ski instructor, and I always said I wanted to get involved with skiing and teaching, and so I went and just observed it and said I just got to jump into this, and that was about 17 years ago. And then I started teaching with them and just enjoyed it, and I live for it.
The challenge, I guess, would be finding volunteers and finances always, because our programs are free. We don't charge for opportunities to get involved. One moment? No, there's hundreds. We change lives every sport that comes along. We honor an athlete every year, and this year we're honoring a young man who had a traumatic brain injury 2 years ago, and we watched him through his rehabilitation and recovery learn how to snowboard. And it was so powerful an experience for him, because he was previously a snowboarder, that he would get out of his wheelchair, stand for 2.5 hours, and then get back into his wheelchair. So much empowerment for him that the therapists at his rehabilitation center came to model what he was doing to help him, and now he's swimming and playing sled hockey and doing all these other activities. So that's one example of the lives that are changed.
We are always looking for instructors for all different programs. As we said, we have 28 different programs going on in 17 different areas in 3 counties, so you're always looking for good instructors. It is a big commitment, but it's a very enlightening, and it's a humbling experience, that's for sure. Finances, of course, we just are buying our first building, and we're going to be starting a capital campaign, so that's huge too. It's the first time ever we're going to be in debt, which is hard to swallow, especially with all our programs that are free. So you got to add that on top of it. So we have a big nut to crack, but it'll happen. It will happen. But the more the merrier.